about to give them what they want. I don't think they're ready for this though. Beast mode, beast mode, beast mode, beast mode, beast mode, beast mode, beast mode.
What's good, YouTube? You know who it is. Chris Jones, representing Pump Chasers. Yeah, you see him rocking that Just Grind. You can get this at beastmode316.com, guys. I'm rocking a size medium, and you see the shit. You see it hugging. You see it hugging. We got the training programs, meal plans, whatever you guys need to get whole ready. All right, and you know, tigerfitness.com, speaking of whole ready, cuts FTS fat burner, thermogenic. Great for energy, especially if you're like carb cycling and cutting on low carbs. Guys, don't miss out. Cuts FTS, summer's right around the corner. Stop playing. We got the limited edition tea. And let me just give a warm shout out to the people that support me. Thank you guys so much. It really means the world to me. With that said, I'm gonna try to do a better job at keeping some content coming for you guys weekly. Just putting out that good energy, guys, because at the end of the day, this fitness thing is a discipline. And you have to be really dogmatic about this. You gotta have a religious approach when it comes to bodybuilding. It is what it is. This is a discipline. Not only is it a discipline, but it's a discipline that is backed by universal laws and principles. Perfect example, when you eat too many calories for an extended period of time, what's gonna happen? You're gonna gain body fat. There's no way around that because it's backed by the universal law of thermodynamics. Point blank period. There's no way around a bad diet. There's no way around over consuming calories because it's backed by universal laws and principles. This is a real legit discipline and you have to take this shit serious. If you want results, now you want to bullshit around with your time, then do what the fuck you want. But if you want to make these workouts in the gym count, you want to make these meals count, you want to actually look different yearly, you want to get leaner weekly, well, you got to stop bullshitting around and play the game, okay? So let's go ahead and talk about today's topic. Today's topic is about macros versus eyeballing. Now, guys, first and foremost, I got my scale right here. I offer online macro-based coaching at beastmode316.com for the ones that happen to give a fuck, all right? But look, I've been bodybuilding since I was 19. You know, I came up in the era of magazines and things like that. We didn't even have YouTube and shit like that, right? So I came up in a different era and we were eat clean. Eat clean. We weren't really caring about calories and macros and stuff like that. It was all about eating clean, eyeballing things. Macro shit came out later. I'm not gonna lie to you. At first I was a little uneasy about it. But as you see now, I'm a macro coach and I preach macros because believe it or not, tracking macros makes the job more simple. Let me say that again. Tracking macros, guys, believe it or not, it makes the job more simple because it just gets down to the bottom line. You know, even in computers, we have a thing called binary coding. You know, even when it comes down to things like science, they want things squared. Notice energy is MC squared. They want things down to the bottom line. Even in math, they want it down to the square root. Even in vortex math, they want it down to the single digit root. You want shit down to the bottom line. You know, you can have a banana plate right here and you can have a plate of strawberries right here. Yes, they're both different foods, but the bottom line is there's an exact number of carbs, proteins, and fats you're eating in this meal. And that's what's gonna get you leaner. And that's what matters. You know, not necessarily the food choices, it's the macros you're trying to hit. Because at the end of the day, you're trying to hit a certain amount of calories, and those calories are broken down into macronutrients. So you wanna know how much protein, how much fats, and how much carbs you are getting. That way it keeps things simple for you. Because most people don't want to eat the same foods every fucking day. Most people don't want to eat the same chicken, the same rice, the same broccoli every day. You want to switch things around and you want to spice things up. Well, you can do that. Just make sure you're staying within the same macro ranges and you're going to get the same results. And that's why it's called flexible dieting. It's not called flexible dieting because you can do what the hell you want to do and be all over the place. It just gives you a little more flexibility with your food choices. Because one thing a lot of people don't realize is this, right? Let's just say, for an example, you're just eating, right? You're eating whatever you want, eyeballing things for a whole week straight. Now, you have no idea how many calories you're taking in. You have no idea how much protein, carbs, and fats you're taking in. But one thing about your body, it's a machine. There's a reason why it breathes literally on its own. Your heart is beating on its own. It's an organic machine that works automatically, and it's counting those calories whether you choose to be aware of those numbers or not. So even though you don't know you're taking in 3,000 calories, I'm just throwing a number out there, even though you don't know you're taking in 3,000 calories and it's 70% fat, your body still counting it. Your body is still counting it. Your body still knows those numbers. And therefore, the way it looks and the way it's going to respond, it's going to respond accordingly. Now, once you choose to be consciously aware of those numbers, you now have more control. You know, you now have more control of the narrative. You now have more control of your body weight. You can choose at your own will to raise your body weight or to lower your body weight or to get a little more defined once you take more control of these numbers. That's why I like macros. You know, of course, guys, we can go with our gut. We can eyeball things. We can just fill things out if we want to. And it's worked for a lot of people that way. But if you're somebody who truly struggles with body fat composition, if you're somebody who struggles with their body weight, you're somebody who struggles with getting leaner, somebody who struggles with gaining weight, somebody who struggles with gaining weight, we have hard gainers too, then it would do you a great service to just learn the macro game and apply this. Because let me tell you this, believe it or not, again, tracking macros makes shit more simple. It makes your life more simple, because let me tell you this, the diet is the foundation. So there it is, guys. I just want to kind of put that out there, kind of remind people why macros came out in the first place. It's really just to make things a lot more simple. It's not to turn you into some kind of robot or to squeeze all the fun out of bodybuilding. Believe it or not, guys, the shit makes shit more fun and it makes shit more simple once you learn the macro game and really get it down. Because like I just said, your body is absorbing and counting these calories whether you choose to be aware of it or not. You know, so if you're struggling with your body fat percentage, if you're struggling with gaining weight or losing weight, it'll be a good idea to get these numbers locked down so you can start your foundation. The foundation is the diet. And as we know about building things, you can't build anything. You can't build a building without a solid foundation first. Okay, so the diet, think of the diet in that way. Think of the diet as your physical foundation on the ground. It has to be nice and solid and sturdy. So once you get that diet locked down, everything else is going to become simple. Everything else is going to become easy. You're going to have more to build on. You're going to have more to build on because you now have a solid foundation to build on. Think about it like this. Once you know exactly how many calories you're getting in, you have a good idea of your protein, carbs, and fat breakdown, and you've been doing this shit for, let's say, 10 days straight. You've been weighing yourself and everything for 10 days straight, and you don't lose any weight. You now have numbers. You know exactly how much cardio you're doing. You know exactly how many calories you're taking in, and you have your macronutrient breakdown. So now you can adjust. You can say, okay, I'm not losing any weight. I'm not losing any weight. Well, that means I'm not gaining any weight. That's it. Look on the bright side. I'm not gaining any weight, so I'm getting close. I'm somewhat in the maintenance range right now. Let's go ahead and try to burn some more calories. Don't forget thermodynamics. Let's try to burn some more calories, expend some more energy by adding 20 minutes to my cardio. 20 minutes of cardio is obviously not enough. Let's do 40 minutes now. And let's bring my calories down. Let's take away 150 calories. Let's do this for 10 more days and let's see how this works. You're gonna have numbers now. Numbers don't lie because numbers can't lie. Let me say that again. Numbers don't lie because numbers can't lie. You know, when they're looking at people's DNA, they go by the numbers. There's DNA coding. You can't change numbers. Numbers will never lie to you. So once you have these numbers, it's gonna make the dieting experience, you're gonna take pounds and pounds of stress off your mind because you're no longer being emotional. You're now sticking to the numbers. You're now sticking to the code. And one more thing, I'm definitely not suggesting that we track macros year round or nothing like that. Myself personally, I only track macros when I'm cutting. When I'm just maintaining, or even dirty bulking, I just go by how I feel and I go by, eyeballing things, But when I'm cutting, I'm a firm believer in making every week count. I can't speak for everybody else, but man, there's no worse fucking feeling than cutting a full week straight. You want to cheat on your diet, but you didn't. You stayed true to the game. You get on that scale, write down your weigh-ins, and the shit ain't fucking changing. That's some of the worst feelings ever. It almost feel like you're wasting your fucking time. And then these little hippie voices get in your head, right? Talking about, you should have a cheat meal. It'll make your metabolism go faster. Like little fucked up voices in your head to kind of push you away from your goal. So tracking macros really helps you stay on track because instead of getting emotional, you just stick to the numbers. You're like, okay, it's obvious these numbers are no longer good. These numbers are no longer serving me. Once Sunday hit, I'm gonna go ahead and make the changes that I gotta make to create a deeper deficit. Like you're able to make more intelligent decisions because you're sticking with the numbers. All the details matter. All the details matter because whether you want to be aware of those numbers or not, those numbers still exist. It's been your boy Beast Mode Jones. I'm about to get ready to go to the gym. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like my shit, comment, subscribe, holla back at your boy. Peace. We need a moment of silence before we fuck up these weights.